Hi there. Loads and loads of really interesting stuff going on at the moment in the world of EVs. There's been the Queen's speech where they've announced the electric vehicle bill, and there's also Nissan. They've given us another teaser. They've given us a photo of a steering wheel and the console of the 2018 Leaf, and also given us a little video about ProPilot. So I want to talk through both those things, but at the moment I've got to get home because we've got some family coming down to visit. My in-laws live just up the road, so we're all meeting there for a bit of a curry and a few drinks. So I might do some filming. I can't promise it will make the final edit. If you think I speak a load of nonsense normally, you probably don't want to hear me after a few glasses of red wine. So yeah, we'll catch up later. Last night didn't quite go to plan. We had a really nice meal, we had a few drinks, we started settling the kids down because they were going to stay there for the night, and unfortunately, bless him, Thomas, he's had a really long week and he didn't want to sleep anywhere but his own bed. So by 9 o'clock we were at home, kids were in bed, and I'll be honest, we weren't far behind them. So yeah, so it wasn't quite the night we expected, but the flip side is we all feel good this morning, so no hangovers here. Today I'm going out to play golf with my father-in-law and brother-in-law. Yeah, haven't played golf for a very long time, and that kind of gives you an impression that perhaps I used to play golf. No, I go out and whack a ball around a golf course every couple of years if I have to. This could be quite interesting. Hopefully I won't make a fool of myself, but hey, I'll let you be the judge of that. That's a cracker. Right, well that's golf finished. Do you know what? I actually enjoyed that a bit more than I thought I would. It wasn't too bad. Well, we've just gone through lunchtime, managed to get a pint and a bit of food afterwards. So yeah, it was quite pleasant. Played better than I was expecting. So what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk to you about Nissan's ProPilot. They've just obviously released their teaser, their second teaser about the 2018 Nissan Leaf, and this time it's talking about ProPilot, which is their kind of link into autonomous driving. So what they've done is they've showed us a little kind of graphical or video or graphic that describes how it's going to work, and it shows basically a car driving along on a motorway and coming off the motorway behind another car. So you know, it's not overly clear how much autonomy there's going to be, but it seems to be quite low level. I tried to clear it up a little bit by contacting Nissan, and we had a few messages backwards and forwards, but ultimately the response I got was they don't have the information yet to pass on. So you know, it's their media department at the end of the day, so you know, what information they are able to give out is going to be limited at this stage. Of course it is. But so what I've got from it is that it's kind of, I guess, like an advanced cruise control. So it will be able to, you can set the speed that you want to drive at. It will then accelerate up to that speed. It will stay in the lane that you're in, so it will keep you within that lane. And if traffic slows in front of you, it will slow. So really all you have to do is keep your hands on the steering wheel. Now that's not massively different to some of the features and some of the sort of higher end cars, if you like, that we've got at the moment. So we've got this kind of radar guided cruise control. That's quite popular. We see that a lot. We've obviously got, well, we've got cruise control in these Leafs. I think the new part of it is this keeping it in a lane. Now I know in some cars we've already got the kind of the steering wheel rumbles, doesn't it, when you get near the edge of the carriageway. So we've kind of got that a little bit, but this should keep you in the lane. Now I would expect this will come with big warnings from Nissan to say that it's not autonomous driving, you must continue to drive. So I would imagine, much like cruise control at the moment, you keep your hands on the steering wheel and you can then react, and you know, if you get into danger, you can correct it. So as I say, a bit like a kind of an advanced cruise control as opposed to autonomous driving at the moment. But the bit that I found interesting, and you read between the lines with this and some of the other press releases, is where Nissan are looking to go with ProPilot. It's clear that their end vision is a car that will be able to drive anywhere. It will be able to pick people up and drop them off and move on. You know, we've seen this a few times before, where the thought for the future is that maybe we don't need to own cars. Maybe there's an amount of cars in a town or a city that we just using up probably our phones, order, they arrive, we get in, they take them to our destination, they drive off and pick the next person up. Obviously the benefits around congestion and ownership of cars and all the rest, they're brilliant. I see that obviously as being further down the line, but the interesting bit for me is that it looks like Nissan want to continue developing the systems that will be in, for example, the new Leaf, and I think probably the Qashqai is the other one that they've mentioned that they're going to put ProPilot in. So in order to develop those systems, they're going to have some kind of upgrade, and again, it looks like it's probably going to be a kind of an over-the-air upgrade, a bit like the Tesla. So you will buy a Nissan Leaf with a basic ProPilot setup, this kind of advanced cruise control. You will then, as they develop the system, I can see them sending updates over the air, and that maybe give you a bit more autonomy. It looks like it's probably going to be running off cameras around the car in the main. So, you know, as far as that technology can take us, hopefully every time that they drop a new update, it will give us a bit more and a bit more. So perhaps by the end of the life of the next generation of Nissan Leafs, they might be able to say drive themselves. Probably won't be able to drive themselves, but certainly be more akin to Teslas in that on a highway or a motorway, if you want to change lane, just indicate and it will move across, to the point perhaps where some sort of sat nav input, it might be able to get us from one place to another. So I'm kind of thinking, if you're on one motorway going onto another motorway where the markings are very clear and the sat-nav's very clear about it, that perhaps that part of your journey the car will be able to drive for you. You'll be able to let go and let it drive that for you. So perhaps that might be the limitations of the next Leaf, but perhaps that's what we're working towards with it. And yeah, I think that's a big step forward. You think it's not that long ago that we had no autonomy in cars at all, so we're making big leaps forward now. And the likes of Tesla, and now we've got Jaguar looking at releasing the I-Pace, and a number of other mainstream manufacturers who are also releasing these prestige models that should have these autopilot features on, and they're pushing the boundaries all the time, which is brilliant. And I think that possibly a byproduct of autonomous driving could be an improvement to our roads, especially here in the UK, because in order to have autonomous driving, it seems to me that you have to have quite a good road system with really good painted lines, really clear carriageway markings, which is something we don't have an awful lot of. We have it, but it's not consistent across the country, that's for sure. So it might be that the manufacturers put pressure on the government to improve the road systems. It might be as part of this EV bill that we're hearing about in the Queen's speech, that some funding is put towards improving roads so that we can develop these cars. Or it might be that the manufacturers put some money into the infrastructure. But either way, I can see that autonomous vehicles will improve our road systems and make roads better, certainly here in the UK, which is it's only got to be a positive thing. Whilst editing this video, I've realised I've been rambling on loads. So rather than talk about the EV bill and the Queen's speech in this particular video, I'm going to do that next time. So really for now, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please remember to like it and subscribe if you don't already. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, EV Opinion. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.